Hi guys, DIY Mark. And this time I want to share one of my latest projects with you that I just completed. I'm calling this the Ultimate Dungeons and Dragons table. In this video, I'm going to show you all the features of this table and illustrate what I came up with, and hopefully inspire you to steal a few of the ideas to make a table of your own. Let me start off by saying I am not a Dungeons and Dragons player. In fact, I haven't even heard of the term D&D until a few years ago when my son started playing. I watched from the sidelines as my son's passion for the game grew. It was nice to see him transition to in-person tabletop games and tone down his hours of solo video games. It gave us the chance to meet and get to know his friends. His passion for D&D also grew into a side hobby of fabricating and painting game miniatures, which he still enjoys today. So fast forward a couple years and he's now gone off to college. He has continued to use his social time to play D&D and has even become part of a tabletop game club with 100 or so members that is sponsored by the university. So while he was home this last spring break, he asked me to build him a gaming table for him and his club. So let me show you what I came up with. I tried to incorporate all his wishes to make it light, portable, expandable, and have flexible usage. Of course, I added a couple of cool features of my own too. After doing some research and stealing a couple construction ideas, this is my version of the ultimate game table. Boxcars. Now what does that mean? The table is constructed primarily of lightweight birch plywood. The center of the table is dropped 3 inches, where a 32-inch monitor is recessed to match the gaming area height. The TV monitor itself is covered by a removable clear plastic cover to protect the monitor screen. The plexiglass is recessed to match the gaming floor area adjacent to it. The game floor has a thin, high-density foam for dice rolling and placement of game pieces. The monitor is driven by a laptop that sits on a removable, dedicated stand and attaches to the edge of the table for the Dungeon Master's use. The Dungeon Master, or DM, can alter the story and put up different maps on the TV game floor as the game progresses. The DM has this lowered shelf work area to obfuscate his notes from the rest of the players. The DM also has this pull-out lighting controller that sits just below the shelf to change the lighting mood of the game table. This feature is really just eye candy, but it does create a very cool look as the colors change on the game floor. Each side of the table is equipped with an electrical outlet and a powered USB ports so the players can keep their devices full of juice, which they often use to search the internet while playing the campaign. Of course, any social game event is enhanced with snacks and beverages. The table has a keystone groove cut into the edge of the table all the way around, which allows the players to put their drink cup holders anywhere they choose. This concept could also be expanded in the future for other accessories, like dice plates or card holders. On the far end of the table, opposite of the DM, the end of the table has a small cubby for storing table accessories or cords. I tried to utilize all the space of the table, and this cubby hopefully helps. The table has an 11-inch wide flat surface circling the game floor that players can use to rest their elbows on and use it for books and as a writing surface. The height of this surface is 30 inches from the floor, which is a typical height of any dining table, so regular chairs work perfectly with the table. The table is 45 inches wide and 59 inches long, which easily accommodates 4 people, and can still squeeze in 2 more on the sides for a 6-player game. But for larger games, the table expands out another 2 feet to add up to 8 players. This was a real design challenge for me. An expandable table that does not sag, and an expansion system had to be compact and lightweight. After reviewing a number of commercially available solutions, I chose to build this custom setup, which uses an 1.5-inch square aluminum tubing for supports. The expanding table also added some challenges for running electricity to the far end of the table that works seamlessly as the table is pulled out and stowed after use. A lightweight table leaf drops in when the table is expanded, which matches the table profile and includes the same foam gaming area. My son tells me he would likely use the table in this wide stance for other games like Warhammer or Magic, with less emphasis on the TV monitor. The table will probably be used for day-to-day activities such as regular dining, as much, if not more than gaming. So 2 covers drop into the table, making it suitable for meals and providing a totally flat table surface. Extracting the surface-mounted covers is facilitated with a secret button below the table that pushes the insert up so you can grab it and move it away. Each of the table legs are removable and held in with 3 machine bolts that thread directly into the legs and secure them solidly. They can be removed to make the table transport easier, fitting easily through doorways, downstairs, and even into the car for travel. One of the legs has cable management straps to guide the table's power cord to the floor and into the cord protector to prevent tripping on its way to the house outlet. So those are the highlights of my version of the ultimate gaming table. I hope you enjoyed it. This is not a simple over-the-weekend project, and it took me several months of on and off working on it to complete it. While I was building it, I captured upwards of 20 hours of build footage, which I hope to abbreviate and string together for a how-to build video. And that will cover all the construction techniques. Let me know if there's interest by posting in the comments section, and that will motivate me to complete it and make it available. I'm really excited to get this delivered to my son in the next few weeks, as we have a planned visit, and get his reaction. But in the meantime, we're getting some use out of it too. I hope he and his friends can enjoy it, and it sparks lots of new campaigns and good times. Well, that's all I have for this time. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.